Oh, light. Light. Work. Oh, what the fuck? Work. This one? Yep, there it is. Lights. Evening. We're not live, but, close enough. Got a Tucker shirt on. Hell yeah. How's everybody doing this Friday? Recorded video. My apologies. Hold on. Yeah. And those of you that don't know, fella calls these pork chops. I haven't had these in like 10 years. Call them pork chops because they're tasty. So, couple things real quick. Not doing a live stream tonight because keep your Saturday mid-morning to afternoon open. Slight possibility. Slight, I don't know. Guy just got home from work not too long ago. So I don't know if Farmer put anything out. But, guy's got to go over and fix someone's deck because Barb fell through the fucker and fucked her ankle all up. So now I'm fixing his deck. So he messaged me last night, hey, maybe we'll just do a live stream while you're fixing the deck. I'm like, sounds cool to me. So there's a slight possibility we'll be live on Farmer's channel tomorrow mid-morning to early afternoon. I'm hoping to be done by noon. So, depending on how many of these I drink, depends on what time I get up, and then depends on what time I decide to go around the corner and start building and, wrecking and then building stuff. So, that being said, I don't want to blow my wad right now or this evening on a live stream on my channel talking about the thems, theys, and stuffs and the things. Because there's plenty to talk about. Those of you that don't know, Dr. Phil started his own network. And he puts little snippets on the YouTube. Interviewed old Big Don. And I thought it was fucking great. And I don't know about you guys, but I've noticed that Donnie is not as pompous as he was in 16 or through his first 4 years in the office. He's more of a we kind of guy, not me, and blah blah blah. Maybe it's his old age or something, but he's kind of calmed down a little bit. I like it. Then what was it? Oh, I don't know if you guys caught the interview. There were some clips on YouTube. He sat down with some little girl from fucking CNN and just basically shut her the fuck down. But the cool part that I liked, it was more of a town hall type meeting. I'm sure some of you guys probably caught it. And somebody finally asked him, would you pardon the J6 people? And if you remember down back a while ago, Andy and I, on one of his live streams, I said something about that. And Farmer's thoughts were that he didn't want to get anywhere near that because it might fuck up his, chances of re-election or whatever, that people might be like, whatever. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, fuck no. 90% of those people need to be set free. Whatever happened to the speedy trial and all that shit? It's in the Constitution and stuff. Nah, never mind. We pay no money. That's a silly piece of paper that's just in the way of politicians fucking ruining our lives. What am I thinking? Dummy. But at any rate, he answered the question and said that, yes, he would pardon a good majority of them. And obviously, it's going to be case by case if they were, if they are guilty of doing something. But when they brought it up, the first thing he brought up was that woman that was shot and killed by the fucking Capitol Police, which, I feel bad that I cannot remember her name. Somebody put it down in the comments so I can remember down. It's been a long week, but Ashley Babbitt, was that her name? Somebody put that down in the comments and let me know if I'm right. I'm pretty sure it was Ashley Babbitt was her name. Air Force veteran, I believe, shot and killed, and then literally was cremated within 24 hours without her family's, KO or whatever. A lot of weird shit around that whole thing. So when that woman asked him about the J6 people, he brought that up. He was interrupting the dumb little girl from CNN and was talking and literally said her name verbatim and said that it was a crime and what happened to her. And that piece of shit Capitol Police officer is treated like a fucking hero. So I think a lot of good things are happening. I remember we all, at least me, I lost my mind with the whole verdict thing. What was it? Within 24 hours, he had $54 million, and now I think he surpassed $200 million raised for the campaign. According to Eric Trump, which his wife is the executive chair, I believe, of the RNC committee or whatever, said that 30% of that money is from first-time donors. And we're talking 10, 20, 50, folks like us that don't have, a ton of money to give out to a politician. Folks like us that hand them $20, $50, whatever. 30% of that 54 million were from first-time political donors of any party. And then, the Democrats thought they were going to get a big win out of this deal. They got 1.3 million and then kind of fizzled out. And basically that 1.3 million came from their OG donors of billionaires or whoever, your Bezoses and those fucking cocksuckers that basically run the fucking planet. So I think the indictment actually helped him quite a bit. I'll be voting for a felon. I don't fucking care. I've got a little bit more educated on this whole sham fucking trial, which it is. Basically a state DA, polished up some fucking bullshit stuff like a turd and charged him with federal shit that should have been a misdemeanor, but he burns it up to a felon. Meanwhile, every other felon case in New York that's come across his desk, he's fucking dropped it down to a misdemeanor because the bail reform in this communist state. But when it comes to Donnie Trump, oh no, we're gonna turn the wick up. And we all know the judge was corrupt because he donated to Papa Joe's fucking campaign. He was basically placed there. We had a DA from the DOJ, so a lawyer from the Department of Justice left his cushy job in Washington and then went down to fucking shithole New York City to try, to run this fucking case. And Joe Biden's got nothing to do with that. Ha! Bullshit. Just saying. So I don't think we got anything to worry about. Those of you that might be worrying, I don't think we got nothing to worry about. If anything, this just made him more of a fucking superhero. And I hate to put everything on one man's fucking shoulders. He's human. He is Donald Trump. We all know how Donald Trump is. Whatever, pompous ass, New York State city, New York City city slicker, whatever. But I think he actually has, he's learned a lot of shit from his first 4 years in with all the fucking snakes and pit vipers are in that fucking city. It's a fucking desolate cesspool of fucking corruption. Those of you that like Tucker was on the Sean Ryan podcast not too long ago. Great fucking podcast. I highly suggest listening to that if you can. I mean, it's worth downloading Spotify just for that specific podcast. Sean Ryan has been killing it. I think he's number 4 in the country right now. Obviously, Joe Rogan's number 1. He's like 1 million or whatever views in like a day or some crazy shit. But Sean's killing it on Spotify and shit like that. So again, there's a ton of stuff to talk about. I don't want, fucking blow my wad or get all wound up tonight. It's been a really long week. Been having to put out a lot of fires. Put your name on the trailer, they said. Own your own business, they said. Yeah. And, we're framing an edition. Last wasn't, not today, actually. It was cool and fucking rain, cats, and kittens. That was great. And, what was it? Wednesday and Thursday just cooked our fucking asses. Like, I'm still red in the face. It's not the booze, trust me. It's red in the face from the heat. It's fucking hot. Right now, this is perfect weather right now. Like 60-something, barely. I like it. Then a little quick update, and I'm going to let you guys go on some vehicles, because I haven't done an update on the car. Went to the shop today and totally forgot to ask the dude to get the windshield, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that. But I was picking up my little shit box that I use for estimating. I got a little Ford Escape that I use running around when I don't need a big truck. So instead of getting a ride over there to bring it back, I loaded the slick tires and shit in the back of Butch. And in the middle of a torrential downpour with no windshield wipers, fun, ran over to the boys' shop. So we're going to swap wheels and tires. We're going to get rid of the homeboy wheels. We're going to go back with the old 80s look with a wagon wheel. Hopefully fixed. I got a little oil leak on the distributor. Those that you know what I'm talking about, the distributor. I think I might have forgot to put the gasket in, so every time I hammer on it, that blows oil out of the top of the block and it gets on the headers and it smokes and it's not fun. And the cool part is we're going to put a I'm going to have them put a posi track shell in there. So instead of one tire fire, we're going to fucking, I'll be able to burn it down the drag strip. So that's going to be fucking cool. Hopefully I can afford all that shit. I told them, no big hurry. Just when it's done, let me know. And as long as it's done before race day, which I think is the last Sunday of this month. So if and when a guy is there, I'll take some video and I'll throw it up on the BlueTube channel, and you guys can check it out, and it'll be neat. So, still waiting on it now. Gotta get a windshield for the car, and then I can probably put the interior together. And then I gotta fix the intake because that's leaking oil. Really been not trying to do that, but I gotta do that. So, windshield, carpet, seats, fix the intake, put the hood on, go to DMV. Hopefully, it's not stolen. Hopefully I can get it registered pretty easily to get it insured, get plates on it, run it over to my buddy's shop and get the tires swapped out and start driving it. I mean, we're this fucking close with the car, which still blows my mind. I've had this car for 4 or 5 years now, and it was literally probably should have hit the crusher. But you motor fellers and maybe, ladies out there, no, once you get, you never make any money on hot rods, even if you sell it. So but at this point, it's going to be a family heirloom or something. I don't know. I'm not allowed to get rid of Butch. So I got 2 of them. One is mine. And the truck, I still call it my mother-in-law's truck, even though she signed over the title and it's got a New York title now, but whatever. So that being said and all that, this and the other thing, make sure, because I've had it again, a bunch of you folks, and maybe I'll try it for a hot minute on Twitter or X or whatever when I get done recording this one before I go inside to upload it. Maybe I'll try to go live on Twitter and see what happens. I think I only got like 30 followers over there, which I don't care. But anywho's, make sure that you got my bell rung, you got Farmer's bell rung and all that, which if you don't know how to do that, when you pull up the page, so go to YouTube, click on YouTube, search out The Grumpy Farmer. When his page pulls up, there should be a little bell icon right there. Push that. So there isn't a little slash through it. Go to the Lion's Den and find my stupid mug because there's some black girl that does her nails and it's called the Lion's Den or something. Find my channel. Same thing. The little bell icon and click that. Ring the bell. I've had the last couple of videos I did on how many people said, hey, I didn't get the notification. I've had to resubscribe. I had one fella say I've never had a problem. I don't know what YouTube does. I watch my follower count go up and down, up and down. It's friggin' weird. Like I just gained 33 subscribers from just the title that I used the other day with the Trump indictment. Because, it's a hot button title. You got to do that on the YouTube or, you don't get any travel. And with the subjects that we talk about, and we all know what we talk about here, I'm not going to get the travel that the big fucking channels get, which is fine, cool, whatever. That way, there's a small group of us that can conversate. It would be neat to conversate with more people, but at least, I know a lot of you folks by name. When you pop in, I get my regulars all the time, Betty Swain, Lee Harris, Craig Rudd. I'm sure I'm leaving a handful of you folks out, but as soon as you guys pop up, I know you're here all the time. The same on Farmer's Channel. You guys always, all the time. Much appreciate the support and the watch and the conversations and all that shit. But just make sure that you're still subscribed and you got the bell rung. Unfortunately, we're still using this YouTube shit. I'm going to try the Twitter, the X thing here in about 5 minutes. It's, my watch is dead, so I don't know what time it is. I think it might be, 5:30, 6 o'clock on a Friday. Probably going to drink my dinner because that's really good. I did have some gas station cheeseburgers on the way home when I picked these beers up, so that probably won't end well in the morning. But at any rate, I appreciate you all watching or whatever. Again, make sure you got your bells rung for me and me and Farmer's Channel because there's a good possibility we might be going live tomorrow morning at some point. I don't know. So until then, we'll talk to y'all later, and y'all have a good weekend.